I already tried to, but he didn't answer me the first time I tried to ask him. So my
Okay.
question pretty much was, why were you trying to have them jail me whenever you were never there in the very beginning of the incident? You weren't even actively there at all. So I don't understand why you were getting involved in a police matter that you were never involved in, is my question. Because one, you never seen what I did. Two, you also weren't even there for the interaction of that thing. You were there for maybe 2 seconds and went upstairs or to floor one or floor two or wherever you went. Because I seen you walk past, and then not much longer, after a while longer, you decided to tell them to just directly jail me. I don't understand why you would do that, knowing that, you know, I am a civilian, even though there might be a red thing above my head. I don't understand why you're telling
Where?
people to jail me without being involved directly in the situation. Because you have no clue if that officer had body cam, you have no clue of anything what was going on. So I don't understand why you were trying to tell him to well, sorry, her to jail me, knowing that you weren't even there.
So first thing is, were you trying to avoid being jailed?
No, sir. It's the fact that he failed RP and did not request for my ID. He's supposed to do that twice. So it was nothing involving trying to evade going to
All right,
jail.
guys, come over here.
See, now, if he would have done it correctly, I would have never asked for a supervisor. But since he didn't, I did. So, back to my question, instead of you trying to push off the question, I'm going to ask you again. So, what was the reasoning and why you were trying to directly push her to jail me without you being there actively in that situation?
So my response to you is, PD matters, get handled within PD leadership. So if my officer did something wrong, leadership definitely will address it. Right. So matters concerning how our officers act, whatever they do, I think it's best you report it to leadership, send us BCs, oh, this is what happened, and we take it up from there. Right. However, you were down there, kind of like, I wouldn't want to use the word resisting because you were not resisting, but you were kind of like extending the process and making it difficult for the officers to proceed with their arrest. However, you mentioned something. I wasn't sure about the BC. I wasn't sure if they got BCs or no. I'll tell you something. We've always said in PD that before you make arrest, you must have your BCs on, right? So definitely, my officers have BCs on, and I wouldn't sit here responding to you whether they do have BCs on or not. However, me asking the supervisors or Amasoku, whoever the supervisor was to jail you, was because you were kind of making the arrest procedure difficult for them, and knowing fully well that you broke a certain rule before you got arrested. Now, it's going to be a different thing if probably this officer made the wrong arrest after reviewing the body cam. Definitely, he's going to get sanctioned for it, right? Yeah, so I expect you let leadership handle it. So that's my response to you. The team, PD, the leadership will definitely handle the matter because it's a PD matter. Now, if you've got problems with me or personal issues with me, that's different, right? Now, we are discussing PD matters here. And I'm telling you right now that it will be handled within leadership. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're saying because I was difficult, they just can throw me in jail directly? That's not okay, sir. And I believe you know that.
No, 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 no,
That's what you
nah,
said, sir. That's what you said, sir.
nah, that wasn't.
You
If that was
said
what you thought,
because.
that's different.
Okay. So
If
you
that
said that
is
you
if
have
that
that
is
on
what you
body
thought, that's
cam.
different.
See, I know you have that on body cam, and he literally just said, word for word, the reasoning that he ended up as stating, word
Hello,
for
guys.
word, that
Hey,
he
sir,
was
don't go
the
in there.
reason that he
Sir,
told
step
them
out, please.
to directly throw me to jail
Thank.
was because I was being difficult.
Follow me.
Name me one person out of this entire game who is not difficult whenever being arrested. So, mind you, out of every person he thinks who's being difficult, all of a sudden I'm the main issue of being difficult. Um, like, he did this before whenever I was in PD. I didn't have a body cam of it, but first time I was in PD, whenever Mike was chief, he decided to claim a few things were disrespectful, even though other people did it all the time. Like I said, he's been personally going after me for a long time. It's just he realized that he messed up on what he just said, and now he's trying to justify it, like he always does. Um, so you know, we're just gonna leave it at that. Obviously, you have the body cam of him saying the only reason that he told them to throw me in jail was because leadership can take over, and because I was being difficult. That was his words exactly, sir. So we don't just throw people in jail because they were being difficult. We throw them in jail for doing things
Come over here,
incorrectly
sir.
if RP is done correctly. Which RP, I broke the rules. Right, correct. I did break the rules, but then afterwards your officer did his RP incorrectly. So therefore, his RP incorrectly. So therefore, that's why the supervisor was called. Now, the fact that you decided to jump in and get involved without even being there, while you weren't even there for probably half a second, I never got jailed. Actually, I got released because the fact that his body cam was not working. So
I'm missing some of your
nice
features.
try with
I
that.
already rolled off. It's a
But
heartbreak with sativa.
it doesn't matter if I got
But this
jailed or not.
cold,
You
hated
got the
it, feel
ticket
like
for
I
a
need
reason.
Please step away from this area.
So
Come over here, sir.
that tells me on how active you are as well as a higher up, because I literally saw you walk in the building for 2 seconds and then you didn't even know that I didn't even get jailed. That tells me how active you are as a leader, sir. That's honestly sad. I already been told a few things on how your activity is already
All right,
super
sir. Quick
low.
question for
So,
you. I wanted to
yes,
ask you a
sir.
quick question, sir. So on your previous arrest that you NRP opened a ticket for, were you jailed, sir?
No, sir, but that's not the point. It's the fact that he was telling them to jail me.
Okay.
It doesn't
Sure.
matter if I was jailed or not. The fact that he was trying to get involved with a situation that he was not and trying to abuse his
No, I was
power
just trying to
is
find
the
out from my
problem.
previous report because I didn't. I was trying to find out by the report by looking at it because I didn't see. I didn't see that if
So,
you were let go, you were arrested.
they let me go even though Techno told them to jail me, but they didn't want to break my rules and my rights because they are, respectful and know how to do their job clearly. And the fact that he was getting involved is, he wasn't even downstairs for more than 10 seconds. And by the time that they decided to just let me go, um, is not the problem. The problem is that he got involved and tried to abuse his power and then tried to tell me, word for word, the reasoning on why he told them to jail me was because I was being difficult. You have that on body cam, right?
I saw the officer's body cam
No,
in
no, no. I'm
regards to the
talking
whole.
about what was just said just now by Techno himself. Because if you don't, I do. I made sure to record his entire message, sir.
I have my body cam on, sir. So I'm pretty
Yes.
sure I grabbed everything that the FG Tech
Yes,
knows, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So then you caught the part on why he said they jailed me because he said word for word he told them to jail me because I was being difficult. And he logged off because he got upset because he got called out because he was clearly being corrupt. Like, I've been trying to tell the admins for the past probably a month now. Um,
I understand. Since you opened an NRP ticket on a superior, I would suggest, PD is handling these type of matters, but I would suggest you wait for the outcome on that ticket if you're still having a pending
yes,
investigation on it, or
it's
you're still
still
waiting for a
pending,
result.
but I didn't know if you were informed directly or not yet, so I was informing you already, and I wanted to ask Techno some questions, but he logged off and only let me ask one, but that's okay. One's good enough, because he practically just got himself in trouble with that one, too. Um, so there's that. Um, after that, pretty much yeah. So I didn't know if you were completely informed or not, but someone told me that you were, but I didn't know if you got the full story. So I
Yeah,
informed,
always informed.
you know,
I'm always informed of situations, sir. I just review evidence very clearly and see where the mistake is at, and go from there, and notify my superiors of it. Me personally, I cannot make a full decision on the decision. It has to run through the chief of police for him to make any said decision, because he is the man in charge of this Lincoln Police Department. So.
yes, sir. I was mainly just trying to inform you. It really wasn't a direct report because I'm still waiting on the ones through admin, and it's for the same thing. But I'm probably gonna add the BC of what he just said here on the reasoning on why he was trying to have me thrown in jail. As well. That's going
And
to be
what was the
going.
reason? What was it that he said, sir? Because I'll review
Um,
BC either way. But what was
So
it that
he
he said?
said the reasoning on why he told them to throw me in jail was because I was being difficult. Is why he said. Mind you, he wasn't even there for probably 5 seconds before he went
I
upstairs.
understand, sir.
Because I know if you get my BC on my half, you'll probably be able to see the part on where he was there for probably half a second.
Yes, sir. I fully understand you. As much as I would love to help in this matter, I just, you do have an NRP ticket opened. I would say let the investigation go on. As you are running that, you have that right to, do that. Here in our side in PD, we can't give you any type of information of what's going on inside the department and what we're handling. All I can tell you is your case is being worked on, sir. Besides that matter, we can't inform you who's gonna get in trouble and who's not. That's really much about it.
You're all good. I've been known that for a while. I've been in and out of PD pretty much the whole time I've been in this server, sir. Um,
Okay.
And I wanted to say a few things. So now that he's listening, I think the problem is you think I got an issue with you, right? And probably that's what's pushing you to think whatever you want to think, right? But I do not. So if you feel or if you think that whatever I said on the Fred chat was me going at you, you're wrong. And this is not me saying you can't think whatever you want to think, right? Like you said, you got a ticket open, no problem. It's fine. However, from my end, I wouldn't watch you uh try to make the job of my officers difficult. However, I've gotten BCs of everything that happened, how you broke rules and everything. So I think the problem here is you are skipping the part of what you did and you're trying to focus on something else that isn't. So let investigation go on, like DFG Jaden said. We're here, definitely. And like I said, the problem is you think I got a problem with you. That is the problem. That is the gap here. You think I got a problem with you, and you mentioned here, oh, he did it before. I don't know what I did before. I really don't know that. However, whatever you think I did before is left to you, sir. And I would say that again, it's left to you. I'm here to do my job, and I'm here to do my job correctly. However, if you feel
not.
something should be done differently, like you just did, you just said you opened the ticket, no problem. You can go on and do that. Okay, you have the right to do it, and you know that is up to you. But whatever happens in PD, however we choose to sanction in PD, is based off PD leadership. That's it. Then that's final.
Actually, it's not completely just by the chief himself. Administration has a lot more say than the chief does, by the way, sir. And another thing, you decided to claim that it's because I feel like you're coming after me. I like how you try to push it on me and seem like it was a me issue. That was pretty cool. I seen how you tried to switch it up after you just logged off after I tried to ask you a question and I hurt your feelings, so you logged off. I like how you played that though. You had to pick yourself up, get yourself back together real quick, and decided to come back to put in a few words to make yourself look look innocent. I like that. Good job, sir. Just had to add that on the BC for yourself, didn't you, sir? Gotta make yourself seem like I'm the problem. Good job. I don't think it's gonna work, but good job. He already has the BC of you for word stating that you wanted me jailed because I was being difficult. Mind you, you weren't even there for maybe 5 seconds, so how would you know directly if I was being difficult or they were just waiting on the body cam, is my question, sir. Because originally, whenever you told... No, wait, let me speak, I let you speak and didn't cut you off. That's disrespectful, sir. So, you weren't even there for probably 5 seconds because I seen you walk up the stairs and walk away. How can you prove that at that time in being that it wasn't them waiting on the body cam? Mind you, it was because they were waiting on the body cam. It wasn't because I was being difficult. It was because his internet connection was not working and not uploading the body cam. I was being difficult at the start, yes. But whenever we got further down the line and then we were just waiting on the BC, it took him like almost about 30 minutes to try and get it, but it didn't work. So around that time, you decided to text them just to jail me, assuming that I was just trying to be a nuisance and assume that I was being how I normally am, and just accuse me of different things, stating that I was just being super aggressive and causing problems, practically, is what you just said. So you're being biased, sir. Without even noticing it, you practically just admitted to being biased right in front of me, sir, on 2 different body cams, and probably your own, because I guarantee you're recording as well, sir. You practically just admitted to being biased on your own body cam. How would you know whenever you weren't even there for more than 5 seconds? How would you know any information? You weren't even there. If you were there and listening, that would have been a different story, I would have been like, okay, yeah, I get it, he's trying to jail me because I'm being difficult, which you shouldn't be doing regardless. Difficult or not, you shouldn't just throw them in jail, I let the officer speak, said his side of the story, then I said my side of the story, as a supervisor's call should be, I started speaking, then after that, it was done, then we started waiting on the body cam. I sat there, waited. They sent the body, then I got cuffed by Amber. After that, being cuffed by Amber, he came back and the body cam was uploading. Then after that, she didn't get back on. So instead, another vested someone else had to get, well, he chose by his own, saying if she doesn't come back because she was the supervisor of the call, he was just going to let me go, because his body cam wasn't working at the time being. So they let me go, which apparently you just automatically assumed that they jailed me because,
All right,
I'm
sir.
such a
So,
nuisance.
I have taken all your information on everything that you have transcribed to me in this statement and this complaint. Is there anything else I can help you with?
So that's pretty much it. But Techno, you gotta stop judging people, bro. Like, I get it, you don't like me, simple as that. I get that I act a certain way, so you automatically assume I'm a certain way. I get that sometimes that could be difficult. So, it's not okay to do that. And it's not, but it's all good. I'm just gonna add this to the BC of what's already sent. NRP.
Sir.